We are from ExcelSoft. We are primarily a technology solutions company. Through our products and solutions, we enable education. And today we are going to talk about a couple of innovative products that we are kind of promoting in this conference. One is OpenPage, which is a digital interactive book ecosystem that I'll talk about. And my colleague Nishit will talk about Cognowise, which is a learning analytics platform. So let's start with OpenPage. Uh, it's a comprehensive digital book ecosystem. By an ecosystem, what we mean is you can ingest an ebook, and then from there on, the platform takes care of everything. So you can enrich the books, you can manage the subscriptions, users, etc. And then finally, you could distribute the books through our cross-platform readers. And then most importantly, it doesn't end over there. The platform collects a lot of data, and then you can analyze that data and infer the trends and patterns in terms of reading and uses. And we'll talk about that as we move along. So there are lots of digital book solutions in the market, and some of the standard stuff like being standards compliant, readers available across device platform, the ability to add interactivities and stuff like that. It's available on OpenPage as well. As I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I'll probably talk about some of the key features that I want to highlight, and the features that we feel kind of differentiate. One is we allow you to brand the reader as yours. So it won't be ExcelSoft Reader. You can just release it with your themes, and it will be available on the App Store as your reader. And so what we have done is we have put in an interactive widget framework. Now this is a very powerful concept that allows you to take digital enrichments and embed into the ebooks, and it's very easy and intuitive to do. So anyone can just come in, put in the enrichments, and then drag them onto the book. You don't need any kind of experts onto that. The platform takes care of all the standards compliance, all the adjustments, etc., and you can just put in over there. So for instance, there are a lot of widgets that we have already developed. For example, an image gallery widget that allows you to put in a bunch of images and tie them together into a widget. But the best part is that it's quite extensible. You can put in different kinds of widgets onto the ebooks. Anything that can be done using technologies like HTML5 can be put into the book. The next is a unique 3-layer enrichment architecture. What that allows you to do is, so usually as a publisher, you can put in digital content in the book and enrich the book. And then, of course, the students can make notes and annotations and stuff like that. But what we have seen is when the digital books are being used in a classroom scenario, the teachers feel left out. With this unique three-layer architecture, what we allow the teachers to do is enrich the book at their level. So what that means is, as a teacher, you could add your experience to the book. So for instance, if the teacher is teaching in a class, and there are students who kind of pick up the concept well, and there are certain students who need more attention. So as a teacher, you can go ahead and share your experience with those set of users. Maybe supplement the original content with some additional information that may be helpful for those specific users. So that's one unique aspect of our solution. The other is social collaboration. So this kind of flows in from the fact that we all learn socially, we all learn together, and things like feeds, etc., are pretty inherent in what we do. Whether we talk about Facebook feeds, LinkedIn feeds, anywhere we go, all the digital platforms have got this kind of a feature. So we have tried to bring in all those things onto the ebook platform as well. So for instance, over here you can see there's a teacher's feed, there's a student feed. I could follow other students what they're doing. So I remember when I was doing my engineering, I wanted to get notes of the smartest of students. That you can do the same on the digital platform. I could request the students for those notes, and if they allow me to have a look, I could just follow them and view what they are doing. So this is an interesting concept, and so with the analytics part that I was talking about, we have seen that with such features, the user engagement improves significantly, and it kind of helps the users to retain the information as well. Yeah, so this is one of the core differentiating aspects. So as a publisher, you put in the books and you distribute it to your readers, but you want to know what is happening. For instance, you want to know if students are finding certain chapters difficult. So what that would mean is the platform would indicate that in certain ways. It could be through the average score that they are coming up with in that topic. It could be the time that they are spending. So maybe they have to spend more time to score certain percentage. So what that means is you get enough feedback, and that allows you to improve the content in the book, that allows you to track the trends and patterns around the book usage. So our customers find it very useful. As a teacher in the classroom, again, this is helpful. So if the students are struggling in a particular chapter, the teacher could pay more attention to that particular chapter or that particular concept when it is being taught in the classroom. Yeah, so with that, I'll hand over to Nishit, my colleague, who will talk about Cognowise, the learning analytics platform.
Hi, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good time. So, as over the last 10 years, learning systems have evolved and more colleges, schools, institutions have actually adopted several learning systems. And there's a whole lot of data that resides on these learning systems. It could be your typical LMS, it could be your SIS, it could be a test and assessment system. All of these are a gold mine of data, and that data is not being, currently there's no platform or system in the market which taps on that data to help facilitate decision making in the education industry. So we have been working on a big data based learning analytics platform which allows you to tap on that data using big data technologies, get insights, get useful insights from that data so that you can improve the learning process overall. Be it a college, a university, a publisher, they can tap on that data, build certain algorithms, some of it comes out of the box, and then provide insights and help in decision making to various people in the learning process in the learning industry. So these are some examples of the kind of insights that the platform is able to produce based on the data. So the one on the right, green, that you see around content efficacy. So there's a whole lot of content which is ingested into digital systems, and usually there's no a tool of feedback around how effective that content is. So your LMS could have gigabytes of content, video, audio, text, images, etc. And there's not enough feedback to a publisher on what content is being used most, what content is most effective in delivering a certain type of learning, which topics are best suited for a video-based education, which topics are more suited when you are giving out content. So the platform is able to tap on trends from an LMS typically, and then provide a content efficacy report. So for example, introduction of video-based content in molecular biology course last year increased the student engagement by 16%. So that's a very useful insight for a person who is sourcing for new content. And through this, they now know that by introducing more video-based content, students are engaging more with the LMS, and the improvement in the scores, the average grades improved by 6% during the same period. So they know exactly what kind of content will result in better learning for their students. 7% of your students in the course software engineering are at risk of dropping out or failing the course. So that's an at-risk report which drives student retention and success. So for a college, for a school, it is very important to ensure that students are on the right track. And any faculty member faculty members are usually interested in finding out which students are not doing well so that they can provide the right intervention at the right time. So based on the grades, based on the scores, profile of the students, the system is able to find that and alert, provide an early warning to the faculty about potential students who could drop out. We also do some social behavioral analysis. So if the feed for the student from Facebook or Twitter is connected, if the student has consented to providing that, then we do a semantic analysis of their feed, and we can find out what is the mood of the student with respect to a particular course. That is again a good indicator to faculty members or the college or the institution on how the student is feeling about a certain topic, how the student is feeling about a course or the or the degree, the program that they are pursuing. So again, help in providing interventions at the right time. If the student's mood is not good, if the class collectively is not feeling very well about a particular topic or course, the faculty institution can intervene, change certain things to make sure that it moves in the right direction. So based on the analytics platform, we are now actually working with a large university in North America, and using analytics to tie up several parts of a student's life cycle. Starting from the point where as a high school senior, the student has not even decided which college to join, through the college years, providing them the necessary support so that they succeed and maximize the success at college, and then going on all the way to job hunt and till the point that they become alumni and leave the college. We are building a system which is using analytics to drive that entire life cycle for a student and provide them the necessary support. So for example, a senior at a high school does not know what career to pursue, does not know what major would be best. They have some goals. They have a certain learning goal. I want to be an engineer. I want to work at Google when I graduate. I want to get a salary of a certain within a certain range once I pass out of school. So with that, and with their current profile on how they are doing, what are their interests at high school level, the grades that they have at the high school level, and from among certain career choices that they can select from the system is then able to recommend what is best for them. The system is able to project for them and say that if right now these are your scores at high school and these are your interests at this college, this is the right career for you potentially, and if you want to pursue that career, then you should take this particular major, you should probably take this program and then do a couple of additional minors associated with that major so that you succeed towards that goal that you have, towards the career that you want to pursue. So that's the starting point. And then once the student joins the college, the analytics provides further support in selection of courses, provides further support in terms of planning the entire school year, helps in registration of classes. So once you've selected the courses, the system automatically registers for those classes for the student. Once the courses are going on, the system is able to recommend content. The system is able to, using analytics, the system is able to say that the student is weak in certain topics, and by providing tutoring support, by providing additional video-based content or a certain topic on the LMS, the student will be able to improve their chances of success. So that ties up the entire life cycle of a student at a college, and it keeps gathering data based on which then you're able to draw certain inferences, based on which you're able to make recommendations on what is next, what is good for an individual student, and at the same time what is possibly good for the college and the institution, which has the goal of improving the entire learning experience and the learning process. So this system is already live for a college here in North America, and we are still building additional algorithms and additional tools for them. These tools are expected to be very intelligent and smart, which adapt and provide the student with a very personalized learning experience at the college. Not just in terms of the personalized content that we provide, but also in terms of the recommendations around courses, the majors, the career that they might want to select. So this is the dashboard through which we provide that information, which gives a snapshot to the users, to the students on where they are. So you can imagine it as a large map, a large area you need to navigate to a certain goal, which is a few miles away. At a college, that's the situation that a student goes through. They know that they want to be an engineer, they want to probably work at Google, or they want to get into a nursing field, but they do not know how to get there. So this system provides that positioning to them. System provides them the feedback to say where they are on that large map, and then gives them the nudges, gives them the clues, directions to move in the right direction so that they are always going towards their goal. And through this dashboard, we provide those nudges by giving them the right suggestions and support in decision making. This is another deeper view of the dashboard, which indicates to the student that currently the planned graduation is in June 2016. This is the progress, this is the performance, and then further analysis around how they are performing with respect to certain outcomes and objectives. So we're using the same concepts and platform for school-based education platform as well, which we've built for PBS kids. In that, the learning is happening through games, which are being developed by PBS kids. This is part of a ready-to-learn grant with PBS kids, and they are building several games which are targeting skills on the Common Core standard. The games are then presented to students. We capture the interactions of students with these games, and through those interactions, we identify, we analyze how well the student is doing with respect to certain skills. So in mathematics, how well do they know counting? How well do they know mathematical operations? How are they doing with respect to algebraic thinking? So based on their performance on those games and the interactions with those games, we are able to place them on a skills map and say exactly where they are. Based on where they are, we then make recommendations to what is the next set of games that they should probably play in order to strengthen certain skills that they are weak at. So what you see now is a dashboard which is across mathematics and literacy, and then you can drill down further into a particular subject. Here you see the view by skills and you see the view by games. And then there are recommendations around what is the next set of games that the student should play in order to master those skills. So big data and learning analytics are really a very promising area, and we have a platform which is robust enough, robust, scalable, very extensible to handle different types of needs for publishers, for colleges, and tapping on that data, you can support the learning process and improve the decision making in the entire learning industry by giving the right support, by giving the right data and insights to various stakeholders like students, instructors, and so on. So we are at the Digital Discovery Zone at booth number 1865. So do drop by. Thanks for your time.